Hello Cancer, this is your October 15th, October 31st, 2016 read. For the main read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. I don't have the box currently. I know it's somewhere, I'm hoping. But this is the back of the cards. Morgan Greer, it's an older deck I have. And for the advice cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, which I think is an awesome deck as well. As usual, I've already pre-shuffled the cards, so we'll get right into it. Okay, those two come out together. Did another two come out together? Yes, they did. Well, that's interesting. We got a couple doubles here for you. And one for the environment. Okay. Interesting. Your life is busy this month, I'm thinking. Okay, so I like how things are. Starting right out. For your overall feel, we have the Judgment card, which, when I'm looking at this, and I'm interpreting this card, as I always say, I base it off what I'm getting from a card. I'm seeing this person, and it's the guy, although these readings are general, so male, female, but it makes me feel like you, whether you're male or female, are very invested in I'm feeling mostly family. Some of you it's friends in some other situations, of course, because it's a general read, but I feel like it's mostly family, and it's a lot of strength and love and building, reinforcing relationships. You know, it's about family. Like, I feel like this time from the 15th to the 31st is about family for you. That's what I'm kind of feeling. Of course, like I said, general read, so could be friends, it could definitely be business. I'm just feeling like there's a smaller percentage that's happening for it, but if that's what fits for you, please go with that. As we start, the first card is actually a double card for you, which I very much like this combination. Ace of Cups and the Magician. Hope you can see me with the sun coming in like that. It's going in and out of clouds here. When I'm looking at this, I feel like you're almost like, for some of you, it's almost like getting holiday plans started, like you're starting your holiday plans now. No matter what denomination, or if you're religious or not, there's something you're planning. I'm thinking November, December, possibly into January. Like, you're starting to plan now for certain things, and you're getting it together. You're making something happen. And I feel more like you're the leader in this. Definitely, because I feel like it's that infinite connection. It may be something that happens normally in your family, like holiday plans, if you do Christmas, or if you do Yule, or, oh, forgive me. What is it? Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. It's the ones that popped in mind. I apologize if I missed the one that you do. But basically, I feel like if it's something like that, you're getting it going. I even got like Super Bowl, which I believe is, what is that, the first week of February? Last week of January? I think it's first week of February, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I feel like some of you are even getting Super Bowl parties planned out now. Like, where you're going to go, what you're going to have, like, even maybe, like, deciding, like, what time you want off, like, if you want the day after off. Like, I know a lot of people do that. For some of you, it's even that. And it might be like a slew of them. You might be going like from Thanksgiving all the way through to Super Bowl, which is not a holiday, but some people might consider it one. So I feel like there's a lot of planning, things that, hanging out with people you love, a lot of good things. For some of you, definitely, it could be a romantic relationship that you're doing this planning for. If it is, it's definitely not casual. It's someone that you are seeing in your future a long time out. Like, you are like making plans with this person. They're big plans. So if you're making little plans with someone you love, that's great. I don't think that's what we're really talking about in this reading. But then again, take it however you need to. That's what I'm getting from this. It's a great thing. Now with this one, I always like, this is it's the 8 of Rods, which is interesting. I am getting fire with this, so that's good. Rods are typically fire. With this card, I feel like around you, it's kind of weird. Like, people are, like, signing up. I also feel like they're signing up to be a part of whatever you're interested in. I also feel like once they've signed up with you to do whatever that you're doing, they feel like they can't back out of it. Like, once they said they're going to do it, they realize, like, they're locked in. I feel like that's how it is. And there's only one card for the environment, because I feel like this energy, this family energy going on, I feel like this is what's matching it. Like, I feel like they know. Whoever you're inviting, I feel like it's a bunch of people. Like, I feel like it's kind of like a family thing, good friends, things like that. It could be business, like I said, but I just feel like that's a smaller percentage or something else. I feel like once they've agreed, like, they realize it's going to be hard to get out of it. So they may take a moment. They may hold off a week or two before they say yes, because the way they're looking at it is once they say yes, then they're committing to a yes. So don't get offended if they, like, put you off for a week or two before they say yes or no, because I feel like they're looking at your invitation like, if I say I'm gonna go, then I'm gonna go. Like, there's, like, I can't back out, because that's gonna, like, they realize that's gonna really hurt your feelings. So they're just like, that's a ways out. I gotta see how other things are going on. I have to check on with, like, maybe the other half of the family, something like that. So they're just, like, double checking before they commit, because once they commit, like, I feel like once they commit, they want to be stable. They don't want to have to backtrack and be like, oh, I didn't know this was happening and now I can't. Because I just feel like they're aware that would really, like, not make you happy. So they may, like, be like, okay, let me see. And they may hold off for a couple weeks before they give you a final answer. And that might even be why you're starting to plan now, because you're kind of aware of that. But I feel like once you get a yes is a yes. Okay. This whole thing, I feel like it's all the same thing. I feel like you're really gung-ho on the plans. Like, especially, like, for, like, about a week at least. You're, like, gung-ho, calling people, getting things together, deciding how you want to do things. I also feel like it soon becomes, like, like you see this guy here holding a lot of sticks. Like, I feel like you really want it to happen, and I feel like it may become a little overburdened. I almost feel like it doesn't need to, though. Like, I feel like you want things set in stone. You're trying to make plans happen. You're trying to make sure things are going to work out. You're trying to plan what's going to happen. And I feel like this is where we're coming back to. People might not be getting back to you right away. And I think that might be stressing you a little. Things may not be happening as fast as you want. If you are planning to go somewhere, or rent a hall or something like that for everybody to be at, to have maybe even a New Year's party if that's the event you're considering, because in this time frame, I'm getting, like, November through January, possibly the beginning of February, if Super Bowl, like I said, is a thing for you. So if it's, like, possibly a New Year's party and you're trying to rent a hall or something like that, I feel like you're not getting the one you want right off the bat, and it's taking a little time, and it just might be frustrating you. But I don't feel like it needs to. I feel like I'm getting that you have plenty of time. It's just that you would prefer to have it set and just go. And just move forward and just be like, okay, that's good. I want to do the advice cards. We got one for down here. Is this? Okay. Now we're good. So we got 4. The last one I got 2. This one we got 4. Now, this one's yours above the Ace of Cups and the Magician, which is safe travel, which is interesting. And the environment below you, we have Courage, which I feel, I know it says courage, but I'm feeling confidence is more fitting for those around you. Like, I feel people around you have confidence, and I feel like the courage comes from them. They don't want to disappoint you, so they're going to try. They're going to try to make it happen. But one of the reasons, again, they may be a couple weeks before responding and giving you a definite yes or no, if they have to, is they want to be sure that if they say yes, they can commit honestly to a yes. They don't want to say yes and then find out like a few months later, like, oh, I can't. You know what I mean? They're trying to make sure it does, like, they say yes, that it's an actual yes. I feel like that's what this is about again. I think that's coming right back really strongly. Travel, safe travel, and I'm seeing like a snowy, wintry scene here. So I'm really feeling like this is planning for the future again. Like, I feel like this is planning. I don't feel like it's the actual trip. I think it's planning for the trip. It's planning for the event. Even though, like, I'm always that person that always, like, looks at a card and bases it off what I'm feeling from it. And I'm definitely feeling, like, typically when you take a long train ride, it's not very whimsical. Like, if you're going to go 3-4 hours away, you don't usually just decide, like, oh, okay, I think I'll go to Montreal today. And you just kind of travel there for 3-4 hours, 3-4 hours out, hang out for a couple hours, and travel 3-4 hours back so you can be back that night. Or, you know what I mean? Not typically, anyway. At least that's not in my life. So I'm really feeling like there's a lot going on here, like planning. I feel like planning. I'm getting planning. And I feel like the planning is smart. I feel like to get what you want, for things to go the direction you want it to go, to get where you want to go, this is a good time to do that. And I feel like that's why you're doing that. Because you're getting that idea and you're like, you know what? I want this to work out a certain way. I'm going to start the plans now. I'm going to go back to the environment again. Again, with the yes, we got that going. I feel like, again, they're trying to get organized. They're trying to get their ducks in a row. They're trying to make sure a yes is a yes. If they have to say no, I feel like some of them, like some of the people you might be involved with, they'll have to say no, and I feel like they don't want to say no. They can't. I feel like there's a lot of love for you, and I feel like, again, if it takes a couple weeks and then they have to say no, realize that they did try, and they're kind of disappointed that they can't if they can't. That's where we're going with that. To finish off the reading here, we got, the burden. The advice card is knowledge, and your final card actually came out as a double again. We've got the Knight of Rods, and we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is how they came out. I feel like when I look at her, since this is how they're kind of coming out, her mouth is covered, but her passion is showing. Swords are usually communication. I feel like she's communicating with action. And rods are fire, fire or action, naturally. So I feel like what's going on here is if you're stressed about something and you learn about something, like I feel like you're getting some answers back. This is actually, yeah, this goes this way for you. I feel like whatever information you get up here, that's like, first you're going to be kind of burdened, like, is this going to work out, blah, blah, blah. I feel like whatever information you get back, like, for example, if it was that New Year's haul you're trying to find, I feel like you have some different avenues or different ideas, and then you kind of communicate with action. And I almost feel like, for example, if you're going to have a party, you start sending out invitations. You stop asking people verbally. Like, even, like, you might even go on Facebook and start a group and be like, invite a bunch of people just to see who's going. Just trying to get things going that way. You might even start, like, if you're doing, like, a potluck situation for whatever you're doing, you have, like, a little list about who wants to bring what. Things like that. If you're starting a Secret Santa, like, you're starting that. I feel like you're communicating with action. You're doing something that's getting the word out there to people. I'm ready to go. I'm starting this. Let's go. And that's what happens. I feel like that's what's going on. Again, like when her mouth is covered, I don't feel like she's talking to people about possibly doing something. I feel like she's communicating with action. You're doing something. You're sending out invitations. You're getting a Facebook roster together. Who's attending, who's not, that type of thing. All that. So in the overall situation here, what I'm getting for your time, October 15th to October 31st. It's about family. It's about getting some events in the future together. I feel like that's very strong here. Like, there are significant events to you or something you want to do in the future. For some of you, you're planning like a few of them. And for others, it's not only it included in that few or in lieu of it. It's the Super Bowl, because I got that strong. That was funny. And I think that's the first week of February. I feel like you're planning it now, and I feel like this is getting things together. And you're trying to get it together. You're very passionate about it. You're going forward. I feel like the people you're inviting are very engaged, but they don't want to give you a yes unless they can truly commit. So if it's like the Super Bowl party, I'll make up words now. If it's a Super Bowl party situation, they're literally just double checking with other people, making sure that it's not going to conflict with anything else, just to make sure, like, as it gets closer, nothing goes wonky. That's all. I feel like you mean a lot to them. Whoever you're inviting, the people that are kind of holding off and not answering right away, you mean a lot to them, and they want to say yes. I'm getting the majority want to say yes, but they won't commit to it unless they're sure they can stand by that yes. They don't want to just be like, yeah, I'll go, and then, like I said, it comes around later, and they're like, oh, you really can't. I'm sorry. So they're organizing around you. I like the energy around you. I feel like it's good. Again, I feel like as you get going, I feel like it might be like a couple weeks or a little longer before you get a message back, and it might annoy you a little, but just remember, again, they're just trying to make sure that if they say yes, they can truly say yes. They can commit to it. And then after a while, I feel like you're going to start sending out invitations or like that near the 31st. I feel like around Halloween, Samhain, that time frame, you're going to send out some invitations. Some of you may have a little more to hold back. You might do it after Halloween. If Halloween's a big thing for you, you might do it after Halloween, or you might do it right in there with it because you're just in that festive mood. But it's like really close to that time frame where you just kind of like, you do whatever you need to do to like get action out there, so people realize, hey, this person's really doing it. She is really doing this. We're gonna go forward. So am I gonna go or not? Overall, a good read. I do like it. I love the energy. I love the togetherness. I would just say don't get overstressed if people don't respond right away. There's good energy around you. They just want to commit with a true yes if they're going to say yes. That's all. As always, if you'd like a direct read from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. I always enjoy your comments. If you want to put a comment, I try to respond to as many as possible, at least with a thumbs up so you know I read them. I may get a couple weeks behind because life gets crazy. But I do thank you for the comments. Again, though, if you'd like a personal read from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. Thank you. And I'll just throw that on the floor.